Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Raimondo, it's very nice to see you again. I'd like to continue the line of questioning from Representative Kelly about artificial intelligence. I know you and I share a recognition of the importance of that topic. As you know, I'm the chairman of the House Artificial Intelligence Task Force, and we have been working very diligently to try to put together a regulatory plan and framework for AI. And I know you've been working on this topic as well. Your budget requested $8.9 million for the Bureau of Industry and Security to implement mandatory reporting requirements under the Defense Production Act for domestic AI developers. And this is a topic that you and I have had a discussion of before. I don't want to talk about the reporting requirements because this is a debate that we're having within the task force, but I specifically want to ask about your invocation of the Defense Production Act as the authority to make these requirements, because as you know, the DPA was intended to be used in times of wartime to secure our procurement supply chains for munitions. And we seem to be far afield from that. We have no declarations of war, we've withdrawn from Afghanistan, and the producers that you're proposing to apply this requirement to have nothing to do with our defense supply chain. So how is the Defense Production Act an appropriate source of authority for the Department of Commerce to require this reporting?
Yeah, so I've enjoyed working with you on AI, and there's a lot more for us to do. We think that whether it is legacy semiconductor chips, we're using the DPA for that, or AI or cloud infrastructure, it is national security. Yes, it's not tanks and missiles, but today, in the modern world, AI, semiconductors, data centers, satellites, this unmanned vehicles, drones, this is all technology. And when I think of protecting America, I don't just think of tanks and missiles and munitions. I think of this. I mean, AI, for example, in the hands of the Chinese military, our sophisticated AI, in the hands of the Chinese military, or Russia or a nation state, as applied to nuclear weapons, bioterrorism, is unbelievably scary. So we have assessed that in the light of those threats, it is appropriate to use the Defense Production Act. Like legacy chips, for example, we were talking before with your colleagues. China is not playing by the rules. They are subsidizing the crap out of their industry, and it's going to hurt us. It's going to hurt our ability to make those chips. So, and that'll hurt us in times of war, right? Every Javelin missile has 300 chips. F-15 fighter jets, these are chips. We need to make them, and China will undermine our ability to do that. So anyway, we could talk about it. I hear your concern, but I think that in this day and age, technology is the front line of our defense as it relates to new age of war, and I think DPA is appropriate.
Well, we are in furious agreement on the fact that AI is critical to our national security. But what we disagree on is whether or not the Department of Commerce has the authority under the DPA to require this reporting. And I mean, we're on the same team about this. And let me tell you, we're going to get there. We're the AI task force, we're having our 9th hearing this week, ironically on the topic of transparency and privacy. So we're going to get there, but please let's continue to work as a team and not let this turn into a tug of war between the legislative branch and the executive branch.
Yeah.
And I mean, because this is part of a budget request. Now you're going to force us to put language in our appropriations to you that says you can't use this to do something that we don't think you have the authority to do. And I prefer not to go there.
Yeah.
One other thing I wanted to ask about is you are asking for funding to stand up the AI and Emerging Technologies Policy Lab at NTIA. One concern I have about this, and I think NIST and the AI Safety Institute are doing great work, NTIA is doing great work, but I'm concerned about possible duplication and the efficient use of taxpayer dollars, because the last thing that we want, we know AI is the shiny new object, the last thing that we want is multiple agencies at multiple places within the executive branch working on the same thing. So can you explain how we're going to avoid that kind of duplication?
Yeah, so I have 1 second, so I'm going to follow up with you on that.
No, that's my time, that's not your time.
On the, okay, then. Look, I just want to say on the other thing, we need
I would say it's
different
all of our
tools.
time.
Okay.
I'll concede the
Give
point,
me
Mr.
10
Chairman.
seconds,
So
10
finish it
seconds,
quickly.
10 seconds. We need different tools. We need to modernize our tools at BIS. I'd be the first to work with you on that, right? That's why ICTS, codify it. So we'll follow up, because I don't want to fight about this. I agree with you, but you got to give us the tools to fight the fight. Second thing on AI, it's two very different things. NIST is focused on the science of standards, the science of safety of AI. NTIA is focused on like AI for good, discrimination, bias, et cetera. But I'd be very happy to sit with you and have a proper discussion.
All right, we'll do that. Thank you for the flexibility, Mr. Chairman. I'll leave
Gentleman's
that.
time is